Hey there, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be my updated cleanser collection. Thought this would be a fun video to do again. I've definitely pared it down and so added some new ones and then some cleansers that I've used for many years and really love. So I figured I wouldn't do in any particular order. I'll just kind of grab whatever one I pick up and start talking about it. And I have all different types. So I've got oils, balms, milks, not a lot of foams because I don't love foam on my skin. Or don't really love foam cleansers, but I have a few that are kind of worthy of using for me, and I don't feel that it dries out my skin. So let's first start. I'm putting them like all over the place here. Let me get them back on one table so I know where I am here. All right, let's start with the Eve Loam cleanser. This is like tub 4 or 5 that I've had, and the cult classic popular cleanser. She also has a morning time balm cleanser, which I love. The Eve Loam cleanser, the original, is a little bit chunkier, and I find that's more exfoliating for me. It's not like granular, it's just chunky. It's hard to describe, but it's definitely more exfoliating and deep cleansing for me, whereas the morning time balm is just a smooth, kind of thick balm, not as chunky. But definitely the Eve Loam cleanser is a balm cleanser, but not like an oily, slippery balm cleanser. So if you hate the feeling of like a lot of oil, if you just don't want to use oil cleansers, I mean, I highly recommend them, but if you just are kind of ugh by the textures, this is a really good one because it's a little bit denser and thicker and not so runny. Another balm cleanser that I really enjoy is the Pixi, the Nourishing Cleansing Balm. This is quite dense as well, and it's very, very thick. So this is another good option if you want something that's not as like oily or slippery. It's not as kind of chunky or kind of exfoliating, I find, as the Eve Loam. It's just like a basic, great cleansing balm, removing makeup. It emulsifies well, it has a good slip to it, and it's kind of a medium texture. All right, cleansing milk, the Soap & Glory Peaches and Clean Deep Cleansing Milk. This is bottle number, I believe, 2 for me. It's one of my favorite cleansing milks. It's probably in the top 2 or 3. And it's kind of a medium texture. It's very lightweight, has a great scent to it. I like it as a second cleanse or a morning time cleanse, but it says that you can remove makeup, and I have tried it to remove makeup, and it does a good job. Not a great job, but a good job. But I love it as a second cleanse because it's so hydrating and soothing and comforting on the skin, but not super thick and not very runny as a milk. Another oil cleanser is the Tata Harper Nourishing Oil Cleanser. Now, Tata Harper, she is known for her cleansers, and for good reason. Her cleansers are stellar. This is a little bit of a thicker oil, not as thick as some that I've tried, but definitely a thicker oil, great at removing makeup, really, really good. And cuts through like every last bit of sunscreen, mascara that I have, and I just really enjoy that cleanser. Let me finish up with the cleansers that I have from Tata Harper. I always find that if you're kind of hesitating about trying a brand, I like to go with the cleanser or mask way first before I dive into like a serum or a moisturizer, unless it's something that is iconic and the brand is known for. I like to go the cleanser route just because I feel that it's a good kind of measure, perhaps, of how the line will perform. Not always, but that's the route that I always like to go. Another Tata Harper cleanser I like is the Refreshing Cleanser. This is a little bit thicker, and it's just like it says it's a makeup remover. I don't find that it does a really good job of removing my makeup. This is more of a second cleanse for me. Very gentle though, very non-irritating. If my skin is feeling a little bit sensitive, this is a great one to use. The Tata Harper Regenerating Cleanser. So I believe this was the first cleanser I ever tried from her, and I think the second product I ever tried. I tried the resurfacing mask first, and then this. This is bottle, I believe, 4 for me because it is such a good exfoliating cleanser. But what I love about it has a little kind of scrubbies, and I don't always love a scrubby scrub. I like more like chemical exfoliants, but there are some scrubs here and there that I do really enjoy, and I can use maybe intermittently. This I can use daily And if I'm, maybe if I'm using an exfoliating serum or perhaps retinol or something like that, I might use it every other day. But it is gentle enough for daily use, and it is amazing. Really, I would recommend that to someone. Obviously, always patch test, but I definitely think it's a good exfoliating cleanser for someone with even more sensitive skin. You can definitely, I think, enjoy that cleanser. But always do a patch test first, because you never know. Everyone, responds differently. Cleansing oil, the L'Occitane cleansing oil. I believe it's a Shea butter cleansing oil. Yeah, that's what I think about it. Just, wow. Like, within the first or second time of using it, it just cuts through makeup. It's really light on the skin. It emulsifies really well to like a nice milk. My skin is so smooth afterwards. It's just, hands down, a fantastic, fantastic cleansing oil. It's not my top favorite. It's close, but this is my top favorite. The Shuuomura cleansing oils. This is the ultimate Sublime Beauty cleansing oil. This is just limited edition packaging. They have regular packaging. The antioxidant one is probably my favorite. It's a green one, I believe, the AO. But I also really like this one. Shuuomura cleansing oils were the first cleansing oils that I ever used. And I was working for the brand at the time, and the trainer was like, you really need to try our cleansing oils. And I was like, you really need to back up, because that's crazy. Oil on my skin, that's gross. And it changed my skin. That is how significant a response I had to the cleansing oils. Like, after a month, I was like, I'm breaking out less. My skin is not as oily. All the bumpy bumps are gone. What's happening? And they were like, yeah, cleansing oils, get into it. And I was like, I'm in it. And obviously, years later, here I am, like multiple cleansing oils and totally an advocate for it. All right, what next? Oh, the Sisley Cleansing Milk with White Lily. This is for dry and sensitive skin. I'm like almost down to my last third. But I don't have dry or sensitive skin, but I love this milk cleanser. It's really, really nourishing and comforting on the skin. It's more of a medium, thicker texture. You probably could use it to remove makeup. Once again, I don't really find that it does much for removing my makeup. I like it as a second cleanse or a morning time cleanse, especially if I wake up some mornings and my skin can feel very dry and like just tight. A cleanser like that, a milk cleanser, can really help my skin feel a little bit smoother and more hydrated. Sometimes I'll put it on in the shower and kind of like leave it on my skin for like a minute or two as almost like a treatment. And then just sort of rinse it off with like a warm washcloth, and it really does amazing. Makes my skin look amazing. All right, the Kate Somerville Goat Milk Moisturizing Cleanser. I have one. My mom has one. We love this cleanser. Such a good, it's like this really thick balm, but it has some slip to it, so it's definitely more of a slippery balm cleanser. Does great at removing makeup, great as a second cleanse, great as a morning cleanse, great as an anytime cleanse. That's already my Best of Beauty 2016. I haven't even filmed that, but I already know. It's already reserved a place, is how much I love that one. The Clé de Peau Cleansing Cream Oil. This is a newer one, and one that really impressed me from the get-go. It's a thicker cream, and it has like this like fluffy whipped texture, and it breaks down to more of like an oil as you're massaging it in. Really does a good job of removing makeup. Not as good a job as like my true cleansing oils, but definitely a very good job. But as a second cleanse, it's like this whipped, fluffy, creamy texture. It feels like a big hug on the skin. I don't know how else to describe it, just a big hug. Oh, Sarah Chapman Skinny Sis Ultimate Cleanse. It is a really, so this rivals some of my really oily, richer, kind of slippery balm cleansers, but in a pump. Because I know a lot of people don't like to dig their hands in a tub. Even if you have a little spatula or something, some people are just not tub fans. But I love that the Sarah Chapman one comes in a pump, and you get that oily richness that those of us that love a balm cleanser that's oily and rich, you get that, but in a pump kind of dispenser. All right, the Fresh Seaberry Cleansing Oil. It is nice. It's not my favorite cleansing oil. I really have to, I get going with this and I use it to like remove makeup. But the thing with it is it does a good job, and and my skin feels very soft afterwards, but I have to use a cloth to get it off. It doesn't like break down as easily as some of my other cleansing oils into like a soft milk. It doesn't break down as easily. One that does break down very easily, the African Botanics Pure Marula Cleansing Oil. And this breaks down like immediately, like a drop of water, and it begins to immediately emulsify. And it does an amazing job at removing makeup. It also has alpha hydroxy fruit acids, so that's really great as well. It gives a slight exfoliation, which is nice for a cleansing oil. If you want to introduce some exfoliation into your routine and you want to kind of test the waters with maybe alpha hydroxy acid, sometimes finding them in a cleanser in a not a very strong percentage, but just a small amount, and I really think, would be a good one to try to kind of introduce maybe some alpha hydroxy acids into your routine. All right, a cleansing foam I like. The Omorovicza Cleansing Foam. Beautiful, foams up, but not overly so. It's not like sucking the moisture out of my skin. It's like a creamy foam, and it really is just beautiful. It's like a very popular cult classic from their brand, obviously for good reason. Where's another foam that I like? Oh, the La Prairie, which if you followed me for a long time, you know I love the La Prairie foam cleanser. This was one of the first foam cleansers where I was like, yes, foam. And I don't normally say that. I'm like, no, foam. Ugh. But this one is really creamy as well. I find it's a little bit creamier than the Omorovicza, in my opinion. Okay, ooh, the IS Clinical is clinical. I heard that it was is clinical, but I always call it IS Clinical. Don't know. But the Cleansing Complex. Now, I had heard about this brand. I'd heard about this cleanser in particular being great for acne-prone skin or kind of congested skin. And it's very powerful at helping to, clarify the skin, decongest the skin, help with breakouts, but still very gentle enough to be used daily. Yep, it is. It is like a cleansing gel. It doesn't really foam up too much, but it does a fantastic job at helping when my skin is very kind of problematic or kind of breaking out, a little bit bumpy. I'll use that for a good period of time, and it really helps to kind of bring my skin back into, acting right. But it's very, very gentle. So when I find that some acne type cleansers, for me, I can't use them every single day because it'll just dry out my skin or it's just going too hard at whatever active ingredient they have in it. But that, no wonder it's reviewed, has so many great reviews about being very gentle, because it is. The Shawl Deep Pore Cleanser. This is a niche brand that's carried in Barney's and I believe Space NK. It is like a jelly, kind of jelly-like texture, like those melting cleansers. Love this one. Very hydrating, and the texture is just really fun and jelly-like. Another melting jelly-like cleanser at a, much lower price point, but still really great, is the Yes to Coconuts Melting Cleanser. Really love this. It has that kind of, like I said, jelly texture. It does a really great job at removing makeup. And, it's good as a second cleanse, but I love it as a first cleanse to remove makeup. I have another Yes to Coconuts cleanser, the Ultra Hydrating Cream Cleanser. This is nice. It's not, earth-shattering. It's a nice cream cleanser. I would go for the melting cleanser over that one. The Pixi Glow Mud Cleanser. So this has glycolic acid in it. So this is one of those exfoliating cleansers. Definitely helps, with breakouts or congested skin. I can use this every other day. It's a little too much for me to use every day. But it's a nice mud cleanser. Sometimes I'll even leave it on for a little bit more of a treatment on my skin. Leave it on for a couple minutes. The Tatcha Cleansing Oil. Been using this for years, gone through numerous bottles of it. My mom loves it. I got her hooked on the Tatcha Cleansing Oil. We both find that it really does a good job of removing makeup. It's a little bit thicker. It's like a medium thickness in texture. Ooh, the Glossier Milky Jelly Cleanser. Some people, the reviews are all over the place on this. I love this cleanser. It's kind of that melting kind of jelly texture again. And I think it does a really good job at cleansing the skin. It's okay at removing makeup. It's better than some, but obviously not as amazing as like I said, some of my cleansing oils. But it does a pretty good job, and my skin feels very soft and like supple afterwards. It feels very like kind of plump and supple and fresh. That's what I really love about that one. Oh, my Nude Perfect Cleanse. I found this in the back of a drawer because I was like hanging on to my last bottle of it because, Sephora doesn't carry Nude anymore. You know what? I haven't even looked. To tell you the truth, I don't know where they carry it anymore. But the Omega Cleansing Jelly. This was one of the first kind of cleansing jellies that launched, and it's such a cool texture. Maybe they still make it. I just haven't even looked. But that was like the cleanser I used almost every single day. My mom loved it as well. We both loved that cleanser. So I found one in a drawer, and I was like, oh, I forgot I had this. So exciting. The SK2 Facial Treatment Cleansing Oil. I call this liquid silk. And it does. It feels like pure silk on the skin. It's very decadent. Not thick, but just so smooth and cuts through makeup, emulsifies well, never leaves your skin feeling tight. It's a beautiful, beautiful cleansing oil. The Oskia Renaissance Cleansing Gel. This is it's an illuminating, it really helps to brighten the skin because it has pumpkin enzymes, so it gives just a slight bit of exfoliating. It is a gel-like cleanser, but it doesn't foam. It gets more creamy when you use it. I don't like to use it to remove makeup because I want all of the ingredients, and especially those enzymes and the vitamins, to get right on my skin instead of waste them, removing my makeup. And I love this cleanser. It's a very popular cleanser from the brand, and for good reason. The May Lindstrom, the Honey Mud. This is her Gentle Cleansing Silk. It's a very thick mud-like cleanser. This is more of a treatment for me. I like to use it as a second cleanse and almost leave it on for a little bit. Just helps to really detoxify and purify the skin. I can use this maybe 2 to 3 times a week. And it's just May Lindstrom, her brand is, all natural, but she sources some of the best ingredients. So it's a very high price point, but her products are exceptional. Just exceptional. Their performance, their texture, the experience using them. It's just a really exceptional brand. All right, what am I going to get to? Mario Badescu. I haven't even opened this one yet because I just finished one a few months ago. The Enzyme Cleansing Gel. I'm never without this cleanser. It's such a good, it was one of my first enzyme cleansers that I tried. Not the powder, it's a gel, but it has, light exfoliating properties to it. So I like to use it, a few times a week. I can't use it every day, but I like it, especially as a morning cleanse, 2 to 3 times a week. I really enjoy it. The Kate Somerville Exfolikate Cleanser. This is another foaming cleanser that I kind of, falls into the I like, foaming category. And I've obviously used the Exfolikate, her really intense exfoliating treatment, but this is it in more of a kind of creamy cleanser. So it foams, but not to the point where it's going to dry out your skin. But if you do suffer from sensitive skin or whatnot, I would just patch test with that to make sure your skin can handle it. The Retrobay Luminous Cleansing Elixir. This is, again, a cleansing balm. Definitely a little bit, has more slip to it, so it almost rivals the Sarah Chapman Skinesis. Very, very creamy and just luxurious. And really does a good job of removing makeup. Though I like to use it as a second cleanse and kind of apply it and then leave it on my skin for a minute or two and then remove with a warm cloth. It's so hydrating and makes my skin feel really kind of fresh and glowy. Oh, the Emma Hardy, it leaks a little bit, so I always keep it a paper towel underneath it. The Moringa Cleansing Balm. Yes. My favorite cleansing balm of all times. This is oily. This is greasy, oily goodness. If you don't like greasy, oily balms for your face, just steer way clear of that. But if you're kind of giving it the side eye, maybe I would like it, it's remarkable. It's just, my skin afterwards, it's smooth at a whole other level. And it's so hydrated and so balanced. It really is as good as everyone says. The Sunday Riley Blue Moon Tranquility Cleansing Balm. You know what, I put this in the category of like a similar to the Eve Loam. It's kind of a little chunky and very lightly. It doesn't have like granules or anything, but I think of it more as like a bit of an exfoliating, deeper cleanser. The Nuance by Salma Hayek, the Glycolic Cream Cleanser. This is okay. It can make my skin a little bit dry on the occasion because it has glycolic acid in it, but it does, sometimes it can make my skin a little dry, so it's kind of like fallen to the back of my cabinet. I'm thinking about, like, do I really want to finish it or not? I don't know. The Estee Lauder Advanced Night Micro Cleansing Balm. The Advanced Night Repair from the Advanced Night Repair line. It's more of a denser cleansing balm, but does a really good job at removing makeup. It kind of reminds me of the Take the Day Off from Clinique. Kind of similar to that. Oh, speaking of that, this is very similar, I find, to the Take the Day Off from Clinique cleansing balm. Is the Body Shop Chamomile Cleansing Butter. Such a beautiful cleanser and does a really good job at removing makeup. Very thick, very dense. The Omorovicza Hydrating, the Hydra Melting Cleanser. This is like kind of like a jelly. The jelly cleanser and a balm cleanser had a baby. This is what it would be. It does an okay job at removing makeup. I like it more as a second cleanse. All right, what do we got here? What am I left with? The 111 Skin, the Lift Off Exfoliating Cleanser. This is a newer cleanser that I added to my collection, but it's a nice exfoliating gel cleanser. Not, no scrubbies, but all kind of more acid exfoliation. But it's really gentle. It foams up just ever so slightly, but it really leaves my skin very bright and smooth afterwards. For not having any scrubbies in it, it really does a good job at smoothing. All right, if we want to talk about like serious scrubbies though, like if I really want to go hardcore on a day, I like almost want to do like a mini microdermabrasion, Lancer, the polish, it's almost like microdermabrasion. It is very strong. I only need a little bit to kind of go over, and you want to talk glow, like your skin is like, there's no texture at all. Like it's just like fresh, new, like it's never been touched before. But you need a patch test with this just to make sure you can handle the scrubbies in this. And the Alpha H Balancing Cleanser. They're known for the Alpha H Liquid Gold, that gorgeous kind of exfoliating toner. But this is a really nice kind of creamy lotion cleanser, which I like. And it really is kind of nice to help balance. It gives some hydration, but definitely is not super oily, let's say like an oil cleanser. It just kind of falls right in the middle. The Dr. Hauschka Cleansing Cream. Now I forgot, this is, oh yes. So this is like more of it's like a thick kind of paste. That's what it is. I was like, look, how do I describe it? It's a paste. And so I use it all over the skin, and then I don't use it to remove makeup. That's a second cleanse only. Dr. Hauschka makes some great products if you have very sensitive skin. Like, look his brand up because he has some amazing, like his Rose Day Cream, really great. The Soothing Cleansing Milk, oh, I already finished that. So the cleansing cream is more of a paste, and I like to put it all over my skin and then use a warm washcloth to kind of just gently exfoliate in like circles and then remove it. And it's really, really beautiful. Ooh, the Envy Organic Skincare Gentle Cream Cleanser. Another great organic line. Very great for sensitive skin. If you have not tried Envy Organic Skincare, I would highly recommend looking into it. And especially if you have sensitive skin, this is a gorgeous, very soft cream cleanser. It's one of their cult classic favorites. And then last but not least, the Chantecaille Flower Infused Cleansing Milk. Definitely like a richer cleansing milk. This is like very thick for me, and it's just a gorgeous second cleanse. If you're more into like a cleansing milk as a second cleanse or as a morning cleanse, that's a beautiful one and very softening to the skin. All right, so that's my updated cleanser collection. Hope you guys found some things maybe new to try or put on your list, or maybe ones that you already know and love. And leave me a comment below or a question, and I will talk to you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.